We are in Sydney, Australia, and I am with celebrity makeup artist Michael Brown, and he just did this look on me because we have an event for Naturium tonight.
Yep.
And what are we going to do?
Because of the dress tone, I wanted to really warm you up and go coppers and that autumn fall tones. And yeah, I think we nailed it.
I think so too. So we're about to show you the whole tutorial.
Okay, so a bit of skin prep. I'm really all about skin. It really annoys me when I see people just slap on a foundation without, a few layers of moisture. So I've done like an essence, like a hydrating essence from Charlotte Tilbury, the Glow Toner. It's got niacinamide in there as well, so it helps the pores. And I'll use the Magic Serum and Magic Cream from Charlotte. So you're going to be glowing and fresh, ready for foundation.
I love a makeup artist that prioritizes skin prep.
Have to.
Love it.
Otherwise, your makeup does not last. This is the Glow Serum. God, I'm running out of that. The Magic Serum from Charlotte Tilbury. I just love their products for under makeup because I'm very lucky to get gifted so many beautiful skincare brands, but some of them are a bit active and a bit too much for under makeup. So I quite like the Charlotte Tilbury range because it's made especially to go under foundations and things like that. So I find it works better. And the Magic Cream from Charlotte Tilbury.
I used to love this.
Yeah.
I still do. I just haven't used it in a long time.
Okay, so now I'm using a brand called Go2. It's an Australian brand. And the founder here is an ex-beauty editor, so I trust her with her beautiful knowledge. But it seems weird, but I'm actually using a mattifying primer when I've just set it at the glow, but I only use the mattifying primer in the areas where like flash photography or where shine comes, so basically the T-zone. And I kind of just mattify and blur out those sections so the high glow areas won't come through too much in photography and look like, that borderline glow to sweat.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
You know what I find that people don't realize? When you use a mattifying primer, you should not put it on your crow's feet.
No. So I only put it there, a bit around the nose, and then just there. That's it.
Because what happens when you put it on your crow's feet? Your crow's feet will stand out.
Yeah. But now you kind of like blurred in the center, but still really glowy. So that's what you want as a perfect base for foundation.
Love that.
So this is the Hollywood Flawless filter. There's been so many dupes of this one. I'm sure you guys have seen some as well, but it's just great on those high points, just in small high points, not everywhere, but just a little bit, because it not only gives glow, which we love, but it actually blurs and smooths the skin a little bit. So I use it on these little areas. And you don't have to put it on the whole face.
Just the high points?
Yeah. I use quite a minimal of it. When you go into a big glam event, there's flash photography. There might be heaps of people in the room, meaning you might get a bit flustered, warm environment sometimes. You don't want to overglow your skin. So just very minimal, like dun, 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 like really small concentrated dots of glow is actually enough. Don't overglow your face. Okay, this is also Charlotte Tilbury. I know I love Charlotte Tilbury, but just for complexion, I just absolutely love it. But this is the new version of the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. They had the original one, which I personally found a little bit too thick. And I didn't love it because I'm a real skin guy, and I found that it covered the skin too much, almost like masked it. But they just brought a new version now, which is a bit more modern, like blurring, smoothing, weightless, that whole jazz. And yeah, I like to start makeup with skin first. I can see how the makeup is wearing during makeup. So if I really see it really overshining, I can go, okay, we need more powder, we need more setting spray, we need more this and that. So I prefer to do skin first and eyes last. This is number 6 neutral. I like the neutral tones because it takes out any pink. So it's great for photos.
I like neutrals also.
Because if I did yellow, it'd be too yellow and pink would be too contrasting. So neutral is quite balancing for you.
Also want to note that if my foundation looks a little yellow to you, it is just this camera, because in person it looks perfectly fine, and on other cameras it's totally fine. In fact, in other cameras, we noticed that like with the flash, it looked a little light. And so it's like all these cameras have different ways of picking up
their own personality. Now I'm going to use my favorite little highlighter pen, Tushy Clar YSL.
OG.
Iconic, I know. I've already got Hollywood Flawless filter on, but I just like doing it over the top. And I'm using a shade that's 2 shades lighter. So it's not only giving a bit of glow, but it's actually like highlighting that area to be a little bit lighter, to be a bit more pronounced. Because when you light something, it brings something forward. So that's why I'm only doing it in these really small, tiny areas, not the whole face. Gucci Westman, the Westman Atelier sticks, the face trace. I love these. So I literally just draw. Like they're so blendable that you don't have to worry about them like setting or like drying in this pattern where you have this weird shape on your skin. And with a flat brush, I just stipple and blend it in. I find if you have these lines, some people do the brush in the line. Don't do that. Kind of stipple it in so you don't lose the actual depth of the contrast of the contour color. And yes, you have that main line there, but I also go a bit higher into the blush area too, because I feel like it just shapes the face so beautifully. But you can see how easily it goes away. Blend, 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 blend. And then just around the nose, I just like a little bit. And then on the other side of this brush, there's a smaller application. This is Charlotte Tilbury as well. It's a complexion brush, but I love duos and things because I travel a lot. Having a double-ended brush, love. And I can even actually put a little bit of this on your lid. So the same product, the face trace, just to get a little bit of contour in the lid. You can draw it straight to the skin, but I just did it on the brush just to give me a little bit of something to work with as a base. So a bit of the house labs. Have you tried house labs?
Love it.
Oh my God.
I love those sticks.
So good. So these, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for Australia, I only got sent these a week ago. So it's the first use is you.
Love.
I got sent like 5 shades, pinks and all that kind of stuff. But they're like really warm, rich, deep shades. This one.
We call them almost like a bronzer blushes or something.
Well, I thought they were more like a highlighter blush. So they actually have a glow in them, which is why they're called glassy. So this is called glassy.
Cayenne, yeah.
Cayenne, yeah. Glassy cayenne. So this is quite a deep one, but I think it's for the vibe we're going tonight and your dress colour. I'm liking going a bit of a deeper blush.
So you're putting that blush kind of all over.
Yeah, I like blush to be really all around, not just in one area, because it kind of brings everything together and you see your highlight points are still showing. The blush has gone over the highlight, but the blush is also a highlight. So it's just so super glowy and just a deeper look. This one is the Tarte palette, Energy. I love this one. Bit of metallics, but this base color for some reason.
What's that called?
Invigorate. Dust it off a little bit. These are so pigmented, so I like that in an eyeshadow, and I like that it's a powder eyeshadow, but it almost feels creamy and it goes on kind of creamy. So it doesn't crease and it lasts a long time, but great pigment. And I'm just really pulling all the product around Susan's socket, but pulling it into the center part of her lash line. So I'm kind of drawing it like brush strokes inwards. Okay, and now open for me. Just a little bit higher into the socket. In Bloom, one of my favorite neutral palettes. Like you got cool neutrals, warm neutrals, your smokies, your metallics. Like this is my go-to neutral palette. I've just mixed the 2 bottom ones here. They're a bit like warmer, got a bit of plum influence into them, and just really working it into the mainly outer lash line with a slightly smaller brush. Kind of pressing it into the lash line really, just to smoke it up a little bit. I find it easier to do the smoky little eyeshadow first. So when I do a liner or something like that, it blends so beautifully, not like a big harsh line. It's kind of showing me where to like sculpt. And now open. And same thing, when you keep open, you can see exactly here and maybe that part where you want to go just past your socket to give it a little bit of lift. Just a little bit of the same color just underneath. I don't want it too low underneath. You know, sometimes when you go too low, it makes your eye pull down a bit. Mm-hmm. So just right at the lash line rather than being a thick under smoky. So I'm going to use, it's Makeup Forever, the artist pencils. These are just
the best.
Oh my God. Like for lips, for eyes, so like good. Even the plummy kind of lip liners I use as eyes. This is Limitless Brown. So it's a real chocolate brown. And just keep closed for 1 sec. I find I use the brown pretty much on everyone first. Like even your daytime events today, Susan, I've been using the brown just by itself, but tonight, and then I'm going to layer a deeper one over the top. But the brown helps me stencil out a nice shape and smudge it a bit to then just put a tiny bit of a darker one as well. They're such good pencils and it's glides so easily.
I agree. I love them.
So I'm going here and close. Kind of gives me a bit of a smokiness in that inner part as well. Yeah. Oh. The difference is good though. Like the brown's subtle obviously because the thing with the black is right, it can actually close your eye up if you're not careful. So I like using like browns and plums and things first to go, do I even need to go to a black? Because black can like go, you want your eyes open. I'm going to also use it in the waterline, which is why I also use brown, because black in the waterline can be very harsh and close your eye, and I want it to still look sexy, elegant, glam, which is why I'm using the waterline, because it makes that instant glam moment when you put dark in there. But black would be just, I feel, too dark. I don't want to make your eyes look small. Okay, that's hot.
Do you like it?
Yeah. I'm happy. Okay, we're back to the energy palette. We're just going to highlight in the inner tear duct, just very small. So it's like the tiniest little dot. But sometimes the tiniest little parts of makeup actually make the most difference. Like you only need like the tiniest little bit just to get that little bit there highlighting. So up a little bit into the lid, but just around that tear duct. Just so when it catches the light tonight, it's going to look beautiful.
Little Rare Beauty action.
Little Rare Beauty. Now, this is also brand new. I haven't really used it yet, but it's one of their highlighters. There's a few shades, but see how like coppery rose gold it is? I thought that would be nice on your lids tonight.
Ooh, okay.
So head back for me. Close for me. It's not necessarily shimmer, because anything shimmer, it's always good to tilt your head right back.
Oh, why is that?
Just so the shimmer doesn't fall down to your cheekbone and like give a fallout. To always hit, always tilt. But it's still got a metallic in there, so I don't want it to fall around. But remember how I said I want your eyes to be really coppery tonight? And a touch of rose gold? This is it. And I'm starting in the center where your actual eyeball is. Press, press, press. And then the excess on my finger, massaging it around the whole eyelid. So it becomes a bit of a feature. That's nice.
Yeah.
Love it. So, Charlotte Tilbury, I love their metallics in these, right? Tarte is my definite go-to for normal shadows, but you can't beat that shimmer. Can you see that? Like, the metallic in that is heaven. But make sure, really put your head back, because I don't want any shimmer to fall on your face. If it does fall on your face, for anyone watching, you can get some sticky tape and use sticky tape to remove the glitters. But if you press gently enough and really press into the eyelid and just move around extremely gently, you'll get the metallic, and it just is a wow factor.
You also want to use your fingertips, right?
Yeah, always fingertips. If you use your brush, the brush bristles will flick it and the metallic sparkles will go everywhere, like all down your cheekbone and that kind of stuff, which is why sometimes people do foundation after eyes. I totally get that. But I like to do foundation first. So tilting your head back and very gently pressing with your fingertip, that's going to get you no fallout. Love that. See, that's like evening glamour.
Love.
Going in with my Fenty Hella Thick is my favorite glam mascara. Look down to the floor, keep open. I'll lift up your brow so I can go right underneath. I do love Hella Thick because it's thick enough for a volume glam mascara, but it doesn't really clump. And I've never had anyone tell me that it flakes or it dries or their eyes go pandery or smudgy. And I love that the wiper, like when you take it out of the packaging, the wiper removes a lot of excess mascara on the wand, so that you don't have to wipe it yourself or go, oh, it's all like clunky, and it's just beautiful. And I go right to the root, curl through, and you want more mascara at the base than the tips, because otherwise you'll weigh the tips down and it gets really heavy. So for a nice curl and lift, that's why I'm going right to the base and lifting. Look at that. See, that's a glam mascara. I love that. Next side. All right, so brow time. I love a good brow.
You do a great brow. It's like a fluffy brow.
Oh, great. So I brush the natural brow up, and first of all, I start just underneath just to give this a little bit more definition. People are funny about going so in with their brow pencil, but I like just that bit. Then I move from that bit to that bit. Not the very, very front, but just like quarter in, and get that stronger and higher to the peak of the brow.
We have been noting that I got my Latibo, which is like a neurotoxin injectable, and this right side is a little bit of a higher arch because of it. It's fresh.
Yeah, so you can go a little bit lower in this part here then to make it not so like peaky, at the top. But normally that's the measurements of the brow there, next to the iris, and then there. That's your 3 main points that you got to do. But I love going a bit higher. You can kind of see it looks pencily, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as you brush the hairs over the top make it look really invisible, that line I just drew. And then once I put the wax in soon, it'll be perfection. Okay, Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. I'm sure you've heard of it. There's an actual like wand kind of gel version, but I use the wax version. I find the wax even better. I press it here, get excess off. Okay, I'm doing a bottom mascara, MCO Beauty. It's an Australian brand, but now it's in UK, America.
I've seen it.
Big brand. I use black brown underneath for that same reason that the black and black, it can close your eyes. So I'm using a black brown, which goes with the eyeshadow tones. But people will go, why don't you use black if you use black? Because the bottom, it might just shorten the space. So I don't want to do that. And I'm using this mascara because it's tubular. And I find the tubular mascaras on the bottom lashes means it never gets that pandery eye, doesn't smudge or like kind of come off. So for me, it lasts a lot longer, especially in our climate here. And I love a tubular but on the bottom. Because tubular mascaras, I haven't really found one yet for me that gives me ultimate glam lashes.
I agree.
They're all quite natural, which is lovely, but not as a glam artist. That's why I only use tubular on the bottoms. But you can see that. And it's black brown, so it's still deep, but it has a brown tinge to it. This is something so cool and exciting. A girl from Melbourne, Australia started Gasp Beauty, and it's like an eraser pen, like literally a rubber. So you can like do a wing and you want it sharper, you can go next to it. I just did like a mascara dot just there accidentally. And so you can just literally erase it away and it's completely gone. Like it's like a literal rubber. So there's a little felt tip there. There's extras and there's even different shape tips there that you can add on to it.
Oh.
And it has a liquid in it and you just go like, and then so you can sharpen wings, you can take off mascara dots, you can do anything. It's like a little eraser.
I like that.
Without ruining other parts of your makeup. So eyes are done, brows are lifted, the blush is blushing, but I just want to highlight just under the eye area, Magic Vanish. I find it's a Charlotte Tilbury product that not many people know about.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And it's a little magic wand, like you just get a little bit on the sponge or you can use a brush or your finger, but literally dab under the eye as my finishing product and just take it down a little bit. It's like a brightening under eye, I wouldn't say concealer, but just a formula. And it's my finishing touch. Like every time I do a makeup, I go, I just need the vanish just around these areas. Look at the difference between the two. I find it just really like, I don't know, lifts, brightens, kind of completes, almost blurs that out.
Ooh, I need to get that.
Isn't it good?
Oh wait, I love that.
It's like a little finisher.
Yeah.
If you're ever tired, like it is really good. It's number 1 as well, which you look at your skin, you would think you're 2, and you can use 2, but you want it brighter, like to be like a
I love it. I love it.
Charlotte Tilbury. Lip contour lip cheat. We talked about this the other day, remember? Our first day together. A two-toned lip pencil, a slightly deeper shade to use on the outer edge of the lip to sculpt, and then a lighter shade for the middle of the lip to kind of plump and bring forward. I love it.
Was this the medium?
Medium, yeah. Medium lip cheat, lip contour. That's the dark. Then the other side, the pink. Your lips naturally have that colour, but we're just coating it with the actual colour. Beautiful. So it's a two-tone lip. And then the Plumpgasm gloss again. But
You love saying Plumpgasm.
yeah. The other day we used the Fair, which is like the lighter Pillow Talk. This is quite a deep colour. And I was worried that maybe the deep would take over from the eye, but it is just a gloss. It's not a lipstick. So it's sheerer than it looks in the packaging. And I feel like to be really tonal tonight, this is why I've chosen to go this colour. So everything is tonal, that warm, kind of coppery, rose gold, a bit of a fall autumn vibe. It should have a little tingle in it.
It does. It's not bad though.
Yeah, Pat, this one's quite comfortable compared to others. It even smells a bit minty. My Fenty Beauty Invisimatte, you can tell I love it because it's...
Yeah, you gave me a little one to carry with
How
me.
cute is a little mini? The minis just came out. People get so funny about powder under the eye, but you really need it. But this is very, as the name says, invisible, like Invisimatte. I find it so finely, like milled probably. It's such a fine powder. It doesn't cake up. But the minute you do that under the eye and the minute you do under the cheekbone to kind of sculpt and the minute you do just here, that side of the face just seems a little bit more polished now than that side because you can see shine and glow. We love shine and glow, but with camera flashes and everything, too glowy.
Yeah.
And now it's all just perfected. I also love getting like a smaller little brush and using the same powder, look up for me, right under where your eyeshadow or your eyeliner finishes. It's a bit of a brightener, so it kind of like gives a contrast like how like crazy snatched you are, but also any like residue from the eyeliner, shadow, bit of moisture, nothing will transfer then down to your under eye area. So it's like a little bit of a protector and also a snatcher.
We like being
I like it. I've got some clusters here, lash clusters from Own Beauty Essentials, and a little Australian brand. I love these clusters because they come in different sizes, from up massive ones to 14 mil down to 10 mil. I personally, as an artist, like smaller lashes. I don't like too big and dramatic because I find it takes over your whole look. And when you just spent all that time doing beautiful eyeshadow and have massive lashes, it covers everything. So I'm around the mid to small area around here. So we're going to add those on to Susan's eyes. So let's do a 12 on the outer, but 10 all the way on the inner. Love it. Okay, lashes are on. I like that these ones are kind of fluffy because they're clusters rather than individuals. They look so good. Setting spray. Charlotte Tilbury again, I know, but it's matte, blurring, smoothie. My 3 words I love in Complexion. Let's go. And you're really going to kind of drench it. Don't just put one little mini spray. You really have to set. And then fan, and it'll absorb into the skin and it will keep it fresh for 16 hours. Ta-da! So we've got Hollywood curls, the voom vibes, glowing skin, and that coppery warm eye with a bit of shimmer. I think we nailed it.
I think so too. And now you got to put on your jacket,
oh my God,
blazer, and we're about to go.
I've got to get dressed and get ready.
Where can everyone find you?
mbrown_beauty.
Perfect. Thank you so much.